be able to obtain the resources to sustain this level of the need for resources to be mobilized. There is a need for resources to be mobilized to come to school day, and must not be left to government, must boldly and purposely stakeholders must boldly be acknowledged or in communities that the school services that captures the essence of what we are here to do today. And it is simply thank you.
Much joy that I accepted the invitation to be part of the celebration of the 40th and speech and prize giving day of AKIM SWEDRU Senior High School today. Let me therefore admit that I am honored to be in AKIS this day. The chairman, 40 years in the life of any institution is no mean achievement, and therefore it is worth celebrating. Education has almost become the bedrock of the development of any nation, and that is why the team chosen for this celebration, 40 years of secondary education, the role of stakeholders in human resource development, could not have been more appropriate and relevant than this time of our country's history, when government is making frantic effort to improve delivery and quality education in our schools. Government has and continues to implement a number of projects and programs geared towards improving, sustaining quality education in senior high schools across the country. Through the GET Fund and other sources, a great number of senior high schools have been provided with the needed infrastructure in the form of classroom blocks, dormitories, science laboratories, among others, necessary for effective teaching and learning. Mr. Chairman, I am aware that AKIS lack some facilities including boys' dormitories, dining hall, staff bungalow, school bus, among others, and wish to say that government is not oblivious of these needs. However, while government is committed to solving this problem, the GET Fund is constructing a girls' dormitory and 6 classroom block for the school and will be soon completed. May I also appeal to corporate bodies, NGOs, and well-meaning citizens of AKIM SWEDRU to come to the aid of this great school. Mr. Chairman, apart from government, parents, teachers, Nananum, and all students are other important stakeholders whose role in providing quality education at this level to turn out well-trained human resource for the country.
To be back here nearly 32 years ago, after completing my waxy here in this very institution. Back then it was said that it is impossible to make a distinction, but you must always aim high. And here I'm speaking to my children, because I'm quite old and my son is already getting to the 3rd year at the university. It means that you must aim very high. If you thought that was a jinx, it had to be broken. And it is possible to aim high and achieve what people would seem to think that is impossible. So students, I urge you to think big. I just want to reminisce a bit about our first headmaster, Mr. G.A. Frimpong. I don't know whether he's here at the moment, because I heard that he was going to come. He always talked about building Infantipim of the East and also Star of the East. I suppose he is an old boy of Kwaboche, that is Infantipim Secondary School. I don't know whether several years down the line, whether we are there. But it is possible, even in the life of nations, to achieve a lot within a fairly short time. Because I've learned that just after the war in 1945, even in the UK, people were receiving coupons. But I know that now a lot of our young boys and girls want to go there and make a living. So it is possible to advance in a fairly short time. So once again, my young friends, keep learning hard. What breaks my heart though is the fact that several years ago when I was here, there were 10 masters bungalows. And as I stand now, it is still 10. I know that the Methodist Church, they've added one. That is not good enough. So luckily we have some good people here, including myself, including the minister representing the vice president. The headmaster has already talked about the 13 bungalows whose foundations were there when I was here as a kid and whose foundations are still there as an adult. This must be changed, and time is of the essence, and it must be done now. When I was from the program, His Excellency the Vice President John Dramani Mahama should have been here today with you, but for very important, equally important assignments of national importance, he is unable to be here with us today and has accordingly directed that I represent him to bring to the staff and students of AKIS warm greetings and felicitations from the presidency. Pleasure, and indeed a privilege for me to join you on this occasion to commemorate your 40th anniversary celebration. Mr. Chairman, the government of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, has identified quality education as one of its priorities in its development agenda for the nation. In line with this, the government, since its inception, has embarked on the provision of massive infrastructural support, both new and ongoing ones, to strengthen our educational institutions at the various levels of the educational ladder to provide quality education. In particular, the crucial role played by the senior high school program in our educational system cannot be overemphasized. They form the bridge between the basic and tertiary institutions by serving as the source of raw materials that feed the tertiary institutions. You will agree with me that the considerable investments are needed to ensure that the nation's public schools are safe, environmentally friendly, and healthy to support high-quality education. Many of the public schools in the country face the challenges of deteriorating conditions of out-of-date design and overcrowding. These are challenges which do not encourage effective academic work, and government is determined to address all these challenges. Mr. Chairman, in addition to the infrastructural development of schools, government has also revamped and expanded the capitation grant, the school feeding program, to increase access to quality education nationwide. In the same vein, government has continued to implement its policy of providing free textbooks and uniforms to pupils in the public schools so as to lessen the financial burden on the parents and guardians. In spite of all these investments in basic education, the poor BEC examination results which our schools are producing of late is of great concern to all of us. While the Ministry of Education is working hard to reverse this trend, let me emphasize that there is the need to improve upon
supervision by school administrators to ensure that effective teaching and learning take place in order to promote quality education delivered in our schools. Parent-teacher associations should also support teachers in their delivery of quality education to pupils. It is this collaborative endeavor that will go a long way to minimize, if not eliminate, examination malpractices in our schools, since students will then be well prepared for their examinations. Chairman, as we are all aware, the training of a child is a shared responsibility, and therefore, at the community level, I would urge parents as the primary socializing agents to step up the care for their children so that teachers and other stakeholders would also complement their efforts in molding them to become self-disciplined and responsible citizens. There is no gainsaying, Mr. Chairman, that the discipline is a critical determinant of good academic performance in every educational institution. I would therefore urge both parents and staff to ensure that a high sense of discipline prevails in our schools to ensure effective academic work. The practice of cyber fraud, drug abuse, vandalism, sexual immorality, and other social vices in our institutions of late is a very worrying and appalling trend which should seriously engage the attention of guardians, teachers, the community, and indeed all stakeholders. I would like to use this opportunity to urge my beloved students to study hard in order to improve their competitiveness in the global market. You must eschew all forms of social vices which will impact negatively on your studies. You should stay focused, respectful, and obey your teachers with humility. And to reiterate, by being disciplined, you can achieve your academic objectives. Let me quickly add that as students, you should not allow this era of materialism to lure you to betray the trust, hope, and faith reposed in you by your parents. The girls in particular should guard against the tendency of allowing themselves to be taken advantage of by their male counterparts or by adult males. Avoid premature sex. This can ruin your future and expose you to a greater risk of contracting the HIV/AIDS virus. Do not forget that the HIV/AIDS menace is still with us, and at the moment, at the national level, the Eastern region, unfortunately, ranks first as a region with the highest number of infected persons. This is a comment that we must all take seriously, and it's not an accolade that we should be proud of. It is for this reason that I have no regrets whatsoever in repeating this phrase, even though the regional minister represented here by the district chief executive has made a similar request. To continue with the vice president's speech, the get-rich-quick tendency, which is the bane of some Ghanaians, should not also attract you to drop out of school and engage in trade and other ventures. Get educated first, and you can thereafter pursue your heart's desire in life. Mr. Chairman, I have taken note of your concerns as far as infrastructural developments are concerned. And here, I must say, listening to the guest speaker, listening to the head prefect, listening to the headmaster, I have taken note of the various demands, the assembly hall, the dining hall kitchen, and especially the staff bungalows. And this I pledge to convey to His Excellency the Vice President, and I hope that between him and the GET Fund and the Ministry of Education, the problems would be taken care of. I was gladdened to note from the District Chief Executive that a dormitory block and a classroom block is under construction, and I hope this will lessen the burden on the pupils, the students. Having said this, let me reassure you that government on its part will continue to allocate a sizable portion of its national budgetary resources to the education sector for infrastructural development as a way of making education affordable to all. 40th anniversary celebration. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless us all. Oh, thank you very much.
Last time I came here, I told you, me, when I stand to raise money for the development of the youth. And today I'm standing in to do the same. We are going to raise funds, library, not for the school alone, but for the whole community. Aspire MP will help me to do this, because I know its message, one of its messages is that it's going to make sure that education is going to go to the list of the community. Honorable, I know you know that. So today you are going to give me a huge money to do that. Honorable, you are welcome once again. Thank you, Honorable. Honorable says it's going to give me 1,000 Ghana cedis. Give it to Honorable, and I'm going to take it. Oh, I know Nana Odro can do better. It's our school prefect, first school prefect since 1970 to 1975, 5 years. Nana Odro is going to give me something. Nana Odro, tell me. Another 1,000, give it to him, give it to him. Or better my 1,000, I can mama some more mano. Hey, me go for more. And then me bomudi, this me bomudi and some beba. Aha. 1,000. Me can't yarn up. Me na ka be kan ho. Me se me kan. They are coming to me more. Now so they were ye dear. As I say, me bo. Doctor, be where you tem. Or some money ding. One my 10,000 Ghana cedis. What for someone pa? One my check 10,000. I say your pa, your uncle, 10,000. Me say, and then on behalf of the whole students, we would like to present this instrument to the school. Let it be used in a good use, so that we can promote the moral standards of the students. We are very grateful for the school for where they've taken us from nowhere, and now some of us are in a very high position. So we thank you very much. At least, if not for anything, you were my cost accounting lecturer or teacher. Yes. So we thank you very much. Give it to him. Thank you very much.
The Board of Governors to receive these musical instruments, and also on behalf of the administration and the Board of Governors, offer our sincere thanks to the Old Students Association, the chairman, and all the members for what they have done. We believe that it will go a long way to, in fact, improve the social life, the religious life, and the moral life of the students on campus. Once again, thank you very much for what you have done. Thank you.
Kwasi Ajimbrikran, who taught us elective maths and then physics. S.Y. Admako, who taught us economics. We have also Mr. Pia, the father of
headmaster of that senior high school, Mr. Francis Apia, is known as Mr. Apia, is also with us here. Unto you, this salutation of honor, this day, 26th May 2012, Saturday, 26th May 2012. If he is here, can come to receive this honor of citation on behalf of our premier headmaster, Mr. Godfred Yao Adakwa Frimpong. Can you give him a...
The school administration will bestow unto you, motivate you to do more to raise the image of the school. We thank you all. Thank you very much. Overall best students, Form 2, Adam Ifa Wilfred, 2 science. Amwa Asla, 4 arts. A school for Mama Monsam. Form 2, Memuna 2, Asabi Yusuf, 2B2. Form 3, Deborah Johnson, 3B3. Mulia Achediama, I am afraid. Pokwa Sechi Esther. Form 4, Esther Gloria. President in Form 2, Clara Santi. Form 2, Adrina Emmanuel. Form 2, Patricia. Clap for them. Laura. Mr. Rich. Test 2, Ayasin Coleman Edwin. Test House. SS4, Sarah Guama. SS4, Lisbeth, Headmaster, Sculptor. SS3, Serena. IBM and Principles of Costing, Isa Sani Mohammed. A piece of laptop and a set of books to Isa Sani Mohammed. Mr. Frifa, we now hard-working prefects and non-teaching staff. Now, the first one is the longest serving staff award. The longest serving staff award, and it goes to MS Rose Asiedo. MS Rose Asiedo, best long serving staff. MS Rose Asiedo. Best teacher award goes to MS Evelyn Aduna of all economics departments. MS Evelyn Aduna, give her a round of applause. 40th anniversary. Yeah, that's good. Non-teaching staff member or the best non-teaching worker is our chief driver, Joseph Otia. More time to walk majestically. We'll give him more time to walk majestically. You call him at any time and he will respond. Chief. I
don't think I will know what you can.
Mr. Samuel Titiwa. Mr. Samuel Titiwa. Samuel Nemako.
Otiba.
Amekoji. Ofosu.
The Lord, because I didn't know I would have come this far if it wasn't by the grace of the Almighty Allah. My most thanks and gratefulness go to the Almighty Allah. Thanks be to God for bringing me this far. So what my fellow students who didn't get it, this has I've got it now, should try as much as possible and then work hard, because you can't stay idle and then get such an award. Over about 2,000 and something students to be crowned as the overall student, as the overall best student is not an easy something. So let them work hard and then get to such a I don't even know what to say, such position, so they could get better and better of awards than this. So what is your, as you can see, we've got a lot of great leaders in Ghana here, which we take as our role model. So I think, for me, I'm aspiring to be like Kofi Annan. I want to achieve what Kofi Annan has achieved. So my name will be enlisted in the Ghanaian best people Ghanaians has ever produced.
So finally, what?
I don't even know what to say. But I really learned hard. I was that hard working guy. I didn't stay idle, just follow friends and then go up and down without doing anything. My mom brought me here to come and study. And I'm not from a rich background, so I got to study hard and then make my mom proud. So I think that was what motivated me to study hard. So who do you dedicate this award to? My mom. She's done very well, and then my brother. But my most appreciation goes to the senior housemaster, Mr. Alexander, and then our head of department, Mr. Inu. Thank you very much.
Please, other investing personnel should also new premier. Boys, from 1, from 2, from 3. Media, you join the Honorable DCE at his residence. The media.
Yes, I can, and then they are followed by every time he said, David, you're too near the boss. One of our fellows go to my boss, go to my you me chepi, if it can, as I am Benusa, to go up your peak. Now, yeah, before I for you, and one I follow some looking into one as a bar for the boss, no, you pay away, I will catch all your and then my woman, and now my knocking at amen. The illegal of something. Now, me come in. Don't you make a mono on me? It will come. Now, police, your bebo, me up. No matter what, near Master, near some Matthew, no matter. Amen. Amen. Now, after I'm giving the Bebano. Look, Mongo, you know, so see, I end here, you say, I'm a boss with you. Yet, you know, I'm one out of the other. You know, what job for it up here?